Alrighty, y'all. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another update, my friends, on the tropics. You know what? We actually got ourselves our first tropical storm here of the season, my friends. We have ourselves Alberto. Everybody, welcome Alberto to the hurricane season. This is officially our first system here that has developed. But anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and take a look at that real quickly. So this is the latest regarding Alberto. It is looking a lot better than it did yesterday. Let me actually go ahead and restart my program here because it's running a little iffy right now. But what's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and see what we got today. We got ourselves Squiddies, we have Penny, we have Caleb, we have Legacy, we have ourselves Tiffany, or sorry, Gifted to Tiffany. Let's see here. We have ourselves Indiana. We have ourselves, it's not Fanta. We have Brent. Let's see, Andrea. We have Velocity. We have, let's see here, Catman. We have Freddy. What's up, you guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Anyways, yeah, let's take a look here at the tropics. So maybe it's just the latest satellite imagery on the program here being a little iffy. Anyways, but yeah, so we got ourselves a lot more convection going around that center of low. The storm is definitely looking a lot better than it did earlier. This thing is officially a tropical storm now. Like I said, we have a tropical storm Alberto now. Hurricane Center has issued advisory number 8A here a little bit ago. This was issued about a little bit less than an hour ago, actually. So we got ourselves a brand new update coming in here. Now, we're already starting to see a bit of tropical storm force winds, estimated to see a bit of tropical storm force winds out there throughout southern Texas and portions of the northeastern coast of Mexico. So we're already starting to see some of those impacts. Let's go ahead and hop our way over here to our full screen view here overall. So here is, so basically this is the estimated wind field here. Across the yellow, that is basically where we are seeing estimated tropical storm force winds to be out there. So you can see, like I said, southern Texas, northeastern coastal Mexico is seeing that. And like I was saying, at this point, this thing is a tropical storm here. Sustained winds of 40 miles an hour. We're gusting, I believe, to right around, I believe it's around 50. Yeah, we're gusting to right around 50 miles an hour. But yeah, we're sustained right now at 40 miles an hour. The storm is moving west here at 9 miles an hour. So we are moving at a solid 9 miles an hour here to the west here overall. And we are expecting landfall to occur early tomorrow morning. I do plan on doing coverage as this storm does make landfall. So expect me to be live here for that, as I am definitely planning to do live coverage on the first landfall of a tropical system here of 2024 hurricane season. So I will be here. But these blue lines, these are all these are all tropical storm, not quite hurricane. We're not expected a hurricane out of this one, thankfully. But we are seeing tropical storm warnings in place throughout the central and southern coastlines here of Texas, which does include like Corpus Christi area, and some of those other regions on there towards like Brownsville. Just really covering the central and southern coastline here of Texas. Now also, we do have those tropical storm warnings in effect for the northeastern coast of Mexico. You guys can see these blue lines here represent tropical storm warnings, which tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions is expected to occur across those regions there. So, and like I said, we're already starting to see those estimated tropical storm force winds already infiltrating northeastern Mexico, as well as southern Texas there. So we're already starting to see all that. And once again, we are expecting landfall here late tonight, early tomorrow morning overall. That is when we are expecting this. This thing is expected to be a tropical storm upon landfall with sustained winds around 45 miles an hour, with estimated wind gusts around 60. So that is the strength regarding the wind speeds right around that landfall point tomorrow morning. So we'll have to be here for that. Now, when it comes to the rainfall, we are expecting a lot of rain. We've already seen quite a bit of rain out here. This is the updated graphic here. Corpus Christi is still expected to see around 4 to 6 inches of rainfall out there. Same thing out there towards like Loretto. We're expecting 4 to 6 inches. Brownsville could see anywhere from 2 to 4. You're right on the edge of that 4 to 6 line, so I obviously wouldn't be surprised if locally we did get in that realm of 4 to 6. But yeah, San Antonio, we are expecting, maybe an inch or two being possible. So that is kind of what we are seeing here. What's up, Roby? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Let's see. Do I have authorization to say a channel name? My channel name. No, we really don't. We don't mention channels on here for a reason. Let's see here. What's up, Velocity? Hope you're doing good. Kathy says we're already having a water shortage. What? In Florida? Why are we having a water shortage? There's like nothing going on here. I mean, we do got a here. I'll show y'all. We do got ourselves an area that we are watching here. Let me pull out the hurricane tropical. Should already be up actually. Or oh, never mind. Here you go. Okay. So we do have an area we're watching. This guy, like I said, I am not really concerned about it. We are seeing the potential of some development down in time. We're talking a 20% chance in the next 7 days. The overall probability of this thing becoming a tropical system is slim to none. Actually, they actually just updated it over here at the Hurricane Center page. I'm going to bring y'all over here. We're actually seeing a 20/20 chance. So probability of development in the next 48 hours or the next 2 days is at a 20% chance. So basically within the next 2 days, we have a 20% chance of this storm being a tropical depression or a tropical storm. But honestly, I really don't think it will. When it comes to the probability over the next 7 days, we got ourselves, like I said, a 20% chance as well. I'm not too worried about this guy, to be honest with you. Overall. And of course, we actually do have ourselves another area we're watching too. Let me bring up the Atlantic view. 7-day graphical outlook. So we have ourselves another area we're watching here in the in the southern Gulf as well. This is not Alberto. Alberto is another system that we're watching. Obviously, Alberto is getting ready to make landfall tonight into tomorrow morning. And when it comes to it, there's actually another system following it that has a 30% chance of development here in the next 7 days. So there is a possibility that we could have ourselves, development here of this system down in time. Like I said, 30% chance, still relatively low between both of these guys. I'm not really not too concerned on both of these guys right now. The one for the Gulf, it could bring a lot more rain. I feel like regardless, that will be a good thing. So we'll still need to watch out for more rainfall. Even after Alberto, there's going to be likely some more rolling through. But overall, like I said, really the only thing that we really need to be watching out for right now, I think, is Alberto. Alberto is kind of our main concern at the moment. Mostly regarding, not necessarily the winds. I mean, yeah, there could be some wind damage, regarding Alberto. But honestly, I think the main concern is going to be the rain and the overall flooding aspect of things. So once again, yeah, we are expecting still some regions of 6 to 8 inches in South Texas to occur across these regions. And whenever it comes to the surging, we actually are seeing ourselves, 1 to 3 foot of storm surge out there towards South Texas near Brownsville, going all the way up there towards Sargent. So between Sargent and mouth of Rio Grande, 1 to 3 foot of storm surge expected. Now, actually, we do have a little bit of an amplification for the northeastern coast or the far northern coast of Texas, including the Galveston Bay out there by Houston. We are seeing the possibility there of 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. So we actually are expecting the most of the storm surge to occur out in those regions there, 2 to 4 foot. And believe it or not, actually, southwestern Louisiana, we have a little bit of storm surge expected too, potentially 1 to 3 foot overall. Anyways, what's up, Tabletop? What's my thoughts on the eastern North Carolina Bahamas storm? I'm not too worried about it, man. Honestly, the models have really dropped favorability on it. 20% chance of development between the next 2 to 7 days. I don't expect much out of it, honestly. Let's see here. People panic here when they see a dark cloud. That's true. That is definitely true. But like I said, I don't expect much out of that one heading towards Florida. I know it's a little nerve-wracking and a little scary, but no, it's fine. I mean, even if it was to turn into anything, there's a really good shot it wouldn't even become a tropical storm. More than likely, it would just be like a... That was my phone connecting. More than likely, it would just be a tropical depression, even if it was able to develop. Which, I'll go ahead and hop you all over the models to kind of show you this. It's not really expected to do too much. If you hop over here to the GFS model, you can see that's it right there. That's literally it. I mean, the pressure doesn't get any lower than 10 or 1,016 millibars. That's considered still high pressure, believe it or not. So honestly, yeah, this guy's not going to be too concerning. The one heading there towards Florida. I mean, obviously, yeah, it could bring some rain, maybe there for Florida, and the Carolinas, possibly Georgia coast there too. But once again, whenever it comes to the system here, y'all, nah, I ain't worried about it, and you shouldn't be either, honestly. Now, when it comes to that south storm here, let me try and see if I can do a little bit of a better view. Maybe the western Atlantic will be a good view for that. So obviously we have Alberto, which is the current tropical storm going on right now. This thing's expected to make landfall once again later on tonight into tomorrow morning. We are expecting basically the pressure to be right around the mid to upper 990 millibar range. Bringing a lot of rain, of course. That's, once again, one of the main problems that we're actually seeing here. And if we take a look at the south, shortly after, we have another low that does track its way into that same region there, kind of a repeat of Alberto. So we'll have to watch out there for that one. But, overall formation chance on that storm here is a 30% chance. So, overall, it is fairly low. But anything after that's just kind of in la-la land. But yeah, we'll just watch those two systems. And once again, this guy, I'm honestly surprised it's still on the Hurricane Center's page. Not going to lie with y'all. I really feel like it's pretty much dying out. And it has been for the last several days, really, on the models here. For example, CMC model there as well, really just shows a little bit of a dip in the pressure there, but really not a whole lot of anything really crazy. Now, this model, CMC model, does have that second storm to track in the southern Gulf actually pick up a bit of strength. We'll see about that. I obviously can't rule that out, to be honest with you, but we'll see. And, of course, CMC model is just a little crazy and showing another little disturbance maybe rolling through farther down in time. But, once again, that's in la-la land, and not all models do pick up on that. It's just really these next two systems we got to watch out there for. Like I said, one after another overall. Do I see any major severe weather events in the near future in the Central Plains? Actually, no. Really not much going on here. Hold on, let me pull up SPC. I didn't mean to bring up our Hurricane Center here. So SPC, we really don't got a lot going on here in the realm of severe weather. Here for today, we got a slight risk. Got two slight risks, one up there in Ohio. We do got a 5% tornado risk down there for cyclone-induced tornadic activity from that tropical cyclone. Could get a couple tornadoes. We've already had a few tornado warnings out there. They're considering a watch being issued. We'll see if that happens. Now tomorrow, yeah, 2%, level 2 threat up there in the northeast there. No tornadoes up there, but we do have a small, very small regional tornado threat there for western Nebraska tomorrow. When it comes to day 3, which is Friday, a little bit of severe weather possible in dark green areas. And then after that, there's no areas we're watching. So no, we're really not seeing any big time severe weather events anytime soon, thankfully. Right now we kind of have all of our focus on the tropics, considering we have a couple of storms we are watching out there for right now. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. I mean, obviously I'll still be watching the severe weather overall. Let's see here. But yeah, so that is kind of what we are looking out there for overall. Let's see here. What are y'all talking about in the chat? Man, oh man. Okay, so like I said, but yeah, so that's pretty much what we're looking at there overall, and we'll definitely keep a close eye on it over the next several hours. Once again, I do plan on doing coverage tonight with you guys on this tropical system here, so I definitely do plan on being here for you all in order to cover this. And like I was explaining, we are expecting that landfall to be pretty much early tomorrow morning overall. That's kind of when we are expecting a lot of the impacts. That's pretty much when we are expecting the system here to, make that landfall where that central low goes over that landfall point. And once again, we are expecting the storm to be estimated around 45 mile an hour sustained winds with gusts right around, I believe, 55, like I said. Actually 60, sorry. Yeah, so 60 mile per hour wind gusts with sustained winds around 45 miles an hour out there. So that's kind of what we're seeing here overall in regarding to things here. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. Oh, did my camera go out? It sure did. Okay, we'll keep that off for there for now, I guess. I'll try to restart my camera here in a minute, but But anyways, but yeah, so that is kind of what we're looking out there for. Once again, you guys will definitely need to just monitor this progression over the next little bit. Like I said, we're already starting to see a lot of thunderstorm activity down here in South Texas. We have a lot of those really deep convection rolling through there. You can see we've already had a couple of tornado warnings earlier near Corpus Christi, actually, just slightly to the northeast. We had a little bit ago. That is, once again, no longer in effect right now. We have no active tornado warnings from what I understand. Let me take a look at that and confirm. Yeah, so we just got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings ranging between New York State, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Just lower end severe storms. I'll take a quick little view over here real quickly and we'll see. Yeah, so you can see we have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in place right now. No more than 60 mile an hour wind gusts and penny hail with that one. 60 mile an hour wind gusts and quarter hail. Yeah, so nothing more than that overall. So just want to go ahead and mention that with you guys. How long will this coverage be? I'm not sure, man. Like I said, we'll pick up on the coverage later tonight. Let's go and hop you all back over to models here. Let's go ahead and do that. I kind of want to look at more of those tropical models regarding things. Like the HWRF is something we really haven't looked at here. So the HWRF actually has, wow, this thing has it actually breaking into the 980 millibar range. It looks like landfall is going to be around 5 a.m. Eastern time, so that'll be 4 Central. Boy, is that going to be a late live stream. Holy cow. Yeah, we'll see what time I decide to go live here. And of course, that'll carry on into right around 11 a.m. I don't know, man. That's going to be a quite early stream. I'm going to try my best to stay up as long as I can to cover that tonight. I'll probably go live maybe around midnight or so to cover this. So right around midnight Eastern, so that'll be 11 p.m. Central. That's probably when I'm going to start that live stream. So I will see what I can do about that. It's going to be pretty early overall there. Let's see here. Let me take a look at some of the other stuff going on. Yeah, so, you know, the models, they really have that system really picking up that organization there, you know, just before that landfall point. You know, the models really have a lot of that convection finally centered around that central low. Just as that storm really starts to get, you know, active, and once it really starts to kind of get going here, it really does look like that we are going to be seeing some pretty nice organization there with that storm system overall. Let's take a look at the HMON model. This is another hurricane model. This one doesn't have it getting any lower than the 990s here. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't get any lower than the 990s for the most part. It gets right there, right around 990 millibars. This model has it actually making landfall a little earlier, right around 2 o'clock a.m. You guys can see at the top right, 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. It's kind of right around, maybe right around like, right around midnight or so. Yeah, we'll definitely see how that plays out there. It'll be anywhere from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern. It's that point of landfall according to that model there. So we shall see. Let's try the HAFS model. It's good to get all these model opinions. This one shows between 2 and 5 a.m. So regardless, the landfall is going to be just before the crack of dawn. Just before the crack of dawn here in the eastern country, or really the United States in general. Just before sunrise overall. So we'll definitely be, what the heck? What's going on with this model? What in the heck? Why is... Oh, whoa. Okay, this is weird. Look at this model. It has a little micro low. Got some vortices going on here. What the heck? I am so concerned. That is so weird. 973 millibars. That... I can promise you that's not going to happen. It's not going to get that low by the time it makes landfall. That is honestly crazy that that model even suggests that. Anyways. But yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on there. So, you know, the models, they're kind of expecting anywhere from like 11 p.m. Eastern to 5 a.m. Eastern time. So 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., that's kind of when we are expecting the overall landfall to begin. So, anyways, y'all, so let's go and hop on back to the cone. So here is the latest cone and everything you need to know about the tropical system. Once again, we're already likely starting to see those tropical storm force winds making that landfall. They're already starting to occur. out there towards South Texas, as well as the northeastern coast here of Mexico. We are already seeing those estimated tropical storm force winds already to be in that area there. Like I said, right around this point now, it is officially a tropical storm. This is Alberto. This is the name of the storm here. And like I said, currently maximum sustained winds of 40 miles an hour. This movement is west at 9 miles an hour. And like I was saying here, the pressure, I believe, is right around 995 millibars is the current low on that system here. Is this thing really going to kick back up in the... Wait, what? So there's your hurricane spaghetti models. They have it pretty much... Yeah, we pretty much pinpoint where the landfall is going to be at this point. But models have it carrying back into... Well, the intensity doesn't pick back up, really. That is interesting. That is actually really interesting. Let's go and take a peek at the models here again. Like GFS. Is that... I don't think GFS has it doing anything. Let's see. Let me try the Eastern. Where do I have the EPAC view somewhere? Eastern Pacific. Here we go. Let me go ahead and actually full screen that so you guys don't have to see those ads there. Wow. You know what? So, yeah, it does look like those mountain ranges is going to basically shred apart that storm there. Overall, yeah, you can see that low. That is where that... Oh, sorry, there it is right there. My bad. So there's Alberto there, in which it's going to make that landfall. And those mountain ranges of Mexico are going to really shred apart that storm. Yeah, it really doesn't look like it's going to carry on. I mean, I'll continue watching it, see if any possibility down in time. Like I was mentioning, guys, there's actually two systems here. We got ourselves... Alberto, which is right here. And, of course, this will work its way over towards Mexico. And then shortly after, we have another wave, another low that develops into the southern Gulf here, which is going to be kind of a copy of Alberto. Kind of doing the same track, to be honest, here from what the models are suggesting. Probably won't be as strong of a low, because what happens is, I don't know how much those sea surface temperatures are going to be impacted by Alberto, considering that there's rainfall and it's obviously cooling down the surface of the southern Gulf. But I think it's still going to be warm enough to allow for at least some steady strengthening of that system. So we'll have to watch out for that next one. That one's going to be making that quote-unquote landfall right around the 23rd. It's, like I said, it's pretty much a carbon copy. I mean, regardless, what we do know is that there is going to be a lot more rain for Texas, probably South Texas and northeastern coastal Mexico. So, when it comes to it, though, I mean, like I said, it's pretty darn similar to Alberto. And so we have to prepare for not only one round, but two, as that is going to be a pretty similar system there overall. So we'll keep an eye on it. Once again, CMC model, this is another model here. You can actually already see that, 998 millibars. We're right around 995 right now, according to the Tropical Tidbits overall view of Alberto. But yeah, landfall, once again, you guys, is going to be pretty early. Depends on what model you look at. Most of the models are suggesting anywhere from 11 p.m. Eastern time to 5 a.m. Eastern time. Like I said, I'm gonna be live for you guys. I do plan on covering this. It's going to be an early live stream, and my sleep schedule is not going to like it very much, but we'll definitely be here to do it for you guys. I'll definitely try my hardest to be here as long as possible tonight. So I do plan on streaming right around midnight Eastern. Okay, so like I said, when it comes to it, expect us to be live right around that point. So that second storm system. This model actually has that second storm possibly lingering in the southern Gulf a little bit longer than Alberto did. Which obviously, if that is the case here, that would allow maybe some more intensification with that second storm system. Like I said, the National Hurricane Center, they already have an invest for it. If we take a look at the overall view, disturbance 2, If you look at the bottom of that little text there, you can see formation chance through 7 days, low 30%. While it is still a fairly low odds, I believe as we do draw closer to this event, I feel like that probability is going to go up a little bit. I think last time we looked at it, actually, it was a 20%. They did bump it up to a 30% overall formation chance. Now, you can see over the next 48 hours, we're not expecting development, just simply because it's not time for that storm yet. That storm is going to be somewhere still down here towards, like, Panama. Eventually, working its way up here to the northwest overall there. But, like I said, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Overall formation chance is a 30% chance. When it comes to disturbance one out there, we have ourselves a 20 chance. So basically, once again, 48 hours, next 2 days, we have ourselves a 20% chance of development into a tropical depression. Honestly, like I said, I really do not think it's going to do too much, overall there. But, we'll definitely be watching both of them, of course. We're not going to ignore them, but we got nothing in the EPAC, nothing going on out there. Central Pacific, nothing going on there either. It's really just the Western Atlantic we're kind of paying attention to right now. So we shall definitely keep a close eye out there for it. So anyway, so yeah, back over here to the main graphics regarding things. Let me actually go and pull up our main panel here. So like I was saying, here's our latest cone from the Hurricane Center. This is Advisory 8A. This was just released here about an hour ago. Whenever it comes to it, like I said, this area here in that yellow, that is where your estimated tropical storm force winds are currently at. So we are likely already seeing those tropical storm force winds in southern Texas as well as the northeastern Mexico coast. So we're already likely seeing those tropical storm force winds. It has a very, very large wind field here. Sustained winds here currently around 40 miles an hour. We are expecting wind gusts right now to be right around 50. By the time of landfall tonight, we are expecting a little bit of an increase in strength. We are seeing sustained winds later on, and right around that landfall point, expected to be right around 45 miles an hour, with those gusts getting up to right around 60. So we're going to have a bit of an upkick there overall on the on the winds as we get to that point of landfall later on. So we'll definitely be watching for that. And so, yeah, that's going to be happening early morning. Slightly after midnight is kind of what it seems to be that time of landfall. So expect that in the Eastern time zone. So this will be right around Central time. So it'll be right around, slightly around midnight, maybe slightly after, by the time of landfall. Like I said, I plan on being live. I'm going to go live here. I'm going to go live here at right around midnight Eastern time. That way I can be live for you guys for that. Now, we already do have ourselves, like I said, there's tropical storm warnings in place actually throughout portions of like the east, central, and northeastern coasts here of Mexico. We are already seeing that tropical storm warnings in place. This also does go through South Texas and even the central Texas coast here. So basically just south of Houston is where those tropical storm warnings begin. So all those blue lines there, those are all tropical storm warnings in place, which is basically saying we are expecting tropical storm conditions down in time. And like I said, for the most of the areas here right now, we're already seeing tropical storm, estimated to be already seeing tropical storm force winds out of that system. And, once again, like I said, the strength of this storm, it's just a very weak low-end tropical storm right now. But we are seeing sustained winds estimated to be right around 40 miles an hour currently, with those wind gusts, like I was mentioning here, to be right around 50 miles an hour overall. Now, I'm going to do something here. We're going to hop over to the radar for a quick minute. We're going to hop y'all over here back to my main screen, taking a look at that. So we're going to see what's going on here on the radar. We have a lot of flash flood warnings in effect out there towards Rockport, out there towards, Taft, Sinton, Arkansas Pass. Some of those regions there, we're starting to see some flash flood warnings in place. I expect to see a lot more of those down in time here. We do got ourselves a lot of rain heading inland there. Those winds, we got some pretty strong winds being reported just southeast of Houston, Texas. Some of those coastal weather stations are actually showing over 30 knots, which that is around 35 miles an hour roughly. So this is showing 37 knots. So yeah, we're already over tropical storm force winds. let's see here, we're gusting to 37. So we're gusting over tropical storm force already out there towards areas south of Houston. And like I was mentioning, the low is somewhere in this area here. That low is somewhere there. We're actually going to hop down to that Brownsville radar there just to kind of get a little bit more of a closer view. Maybe we can get a little bit of a view of that central low. I think it's a little too early to tell. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see there's some counterclockwise circulation on that radar view. You see how we have a little bit of an arc. It's not necessarily fully west moving. It's a bit of an arc. You can actually see over here how we have some of those precipitation bands rolling south mostly. Up here you see them kind of rolling to the west. So you can obviously make out a bit of that counterclockwise circulation. So you can already tell that there is something going on there. But yeah, we are already seeing a lot of those bands starting to work their way inland here. We have had a couple tornado warnings already today with this storm system. I don't know if any of them materialize. Actually, we got a little bit of rotation out here currently. That is just off the coast east of Fulton. Wouldn't be surprised if that was to, let's see here. Okay, that last scan looks a little bit better. Yeah, that's been rotating for a little bit. Yeah, so we do have our tornado threat out there, like I was mentioning. Let me go ahead and hop y'all back over here to the SPC's page, the Storm Prediction Center, that way I can actually show you guys what's going on here. So when it comes to it, we do got ourselves a tornado threat for today. So we have the tornado probability. We have a 5% chance out there for, like I said, a 5% chance out there for tornadoes towards, like I said, the south areas, towards Brownsville, going up there, kind of towards the central coast, kind of the central coast here of Texas overall. And so that is that 5% risk out there. And of course we have that 2% risk here as well that does go up there towards Houston. So overall 2% chance, 2% chance out there for tornado formation in, like I said, in the dark green areas there. So a couple isolated tornadoes will be possible. And of course across the brown, a little bit greater probability where a few more tornadoes can't be ruled out. So we are going to be keeping an eye out there for that. So yeah, once again, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, Texas, Harlingen maybe, San Benito, as well as Portland, Texas. You guys are in that 5% tornado risk area, so that's kind of where we are watching out there for that. But anyway, so that is kind of what we're looking out there for. But like I said, y'all, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let us know in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Like I said, our camera's having a bit of issues again today, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it off for now. I'm going to try to fix it later on today, just before coverage, so we'll get that back up. But at least for now, it's going to be off for the current moment being. Anyway, so yeah, hopping on back over here, y'all. We're going to hop on back to the, let's see, we're going to hop back to the main cone here. So there's our main cone. Like I said, for you guys who are just joining here, we are currently seeing those tropical storm force winds starting to impact southern Texas and out there towards the northeastern coast here of Mexico overall. So we are currently watching that. Sustained winds currently is right around 40 miles an hour. And we are seeing some of those wind gusts getting up to right around 50 miles per hour. Now we are seeing movement here. The storm is moving to the west around 9 miles an hour. So we are starting to see that movement getting a little closer towards the Mexico coast here. In which, like I was saying, we are expecting landfall to occur sometime late or pretty much early tomorrow morning. Just after midnight is kind of when we are expecting that landfall to be. It'll be just after midnight, but before sunrise. That is kind of when we are expecting that landfall to take place here. I'll be live at midnight tonight, Eastern time, in order to obviously cover this here. But like I said, that is currently the verdict of that storm. So, and once it makes landfall, once it gets to that point of landfall, we are expecting sustained winds to be at 45 miles an hour instead of 40 currently. So a little bit of strengthening is anticipated, is expected just before landfall. So we are going to see sustained winds right around 45 miles an hour just before landfall, with obviously wind gusts being a little higher, actually up to around 60 miles an hour. So 60 mile per hour wind gusts, as well as sustained winds, like I was saying, around 45. So sustained 45, wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour is expected. Now, like I said, we do have tropical storm warnings in effect, where tropical storm force conditions is expected to occur out there throughout the eastern and northeastern coast of Mexico. Also for like South Texas near Brownsville, going up through like Corpus Christi, and just shy south of Houston a bit. We got tropical storm warnings, I should say, in effect here. And, like I said, currently we're already starting to see those tropical storm force winds already starting to infiltrate portions of South Texas and the northeastern coast of Mexico. We're already starting to see those tropical storm, conditions already starting to roll up there. Now, hopping over the rainfall, like I said, we've already seen a lot of rainfall out in these regions here. We are expecting a bit of rain, still expecting to see quite a bit. Actually, look at that. They just updated it. That is brand new. Okay, so there we go. We got some brand new data coming in here, y'all. So we're expecting about 2 to 4 inches more out there by Corpus Christi. Loretto is expecting anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. Brownsville, we're expecting about 2 to 4 overall. So with that being said, we are seeing ourselves, still quite a bit of rain out there to be rolling through the regions. San Antonio, about 1 to 2 inches could possibly pick up out there. So a lot of the rain is obviously happening now, and we are expected to see still quite a bit of rain after this overall. So definitely got to be looking out there for the flooding aspect. And speaking of flooding, actually we have ourselves a moderate risk out there for flooding potential. Corpus Christi, Loretto, and Brownsville, and a moderate, at least a 40% chance of flooding happening every 25 miles. So there's a pretty good potential out there for some flooding going on in those regions there. So we'll definitely be looking out there for those areas. Here for today, we have that moderate risk. We even got a little bit of a slight risk a little higher up north that's not related to that tropical cyclone. Before the tropical cyclone, we do have that moderate risk overall. So pretty, like I said, pretty good flooding threat out there in those regions there. So make sure you are prepared for that, especially if you're in a low-lying area. That is a bit of a concern. Surges overall, like I said, we are expecting some surges to occur up there for North Texas. Anywhere from 2 to 4 foot of storm surge is expected out there near the Galveston Bay, which, like I said, that's right there near Houston, where basically we could see ourselves 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. The surges can go as far north as southwestern Louisiana, out there towards Sabine Pass and Vermilion/Cameron Parish line, where we are seeing 1 to 3 foot of storm surge being possible. And of course, for South Texas near Brownsville, going up through Corpus Christi out there towards Sargent, we are seeing 1 to 3 foot of surges. But yeah, believe it or not, the heaviest is actually going to be out there towards the northern coast here of Texas. So near the Houston Bay, which is the Galveston Bay. But yeah, out there near Houston in general is kind of what we are looking out there for. Let's see here. Ragtide says we stayed at Brownsville, Texas for 3 months on the beach waiting for hurricane surf. Gotcha. Yeah, this is not going to be anything hurricane related, thankfully. This is just kind of a low-end tropical storm. So it's, regarding winds and stuff like that, it's still pretty tolerable. We've had some very strong winds out here before. Like I said, very, very tolerable winds overall. Which, it still could gust up to 60. I'm not saying it's not going to be any problem, but, there could be some impacts with those winds. But the main thing I'm worried about is the flooding. That is where the biggest of the concerns is that potential of flooding overall. But anyways. But all right, y'all. Well, honestly, I think we are probably going to roll off here pretty soon. Like I said, I pretty much got everything we needed to talk about. We went over models and everything like that. Like I said, if you guys have any questions before I roll off, feel free to throw them down in the chat and all that fun stuff. And if y'all did enjoy this little update, make sure you leave a like and subscribe on your way out. Be much appreciated. That way you guys can stay weather aware, and it'll help the channel grow as well, which that would be much appreciated if you guys could. Yeah, like I said, if y'all have any questions before we roll off here, feel free to let me know. Well, Caleb, I got some things I got to do today. I got to work on my weather station. I kind of have things I got to do in my personal life too. I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit to give you guys the latest tropical update. And like I said, I'm going to be back for coverage tonight on the tropics. So we'll be live later on tonight, right around midnight or so. That's kind of what I'm expected. Yeah, but like I said, I got some other stuff I got to do. I can't always stream all the time. As much as I'd love to be here for you guys longer, like I said, I got some things I got to work on and stuff. So, but yeah, we'll be back later, like I said, for coverage. But if there's any final questions y'all might have before we roll off here, let me know. Like I said, I'm here. I'm all ears if y'all have any questions. And if not, then we're probably going to go ahead and roll off here. I do appreciate y'all for joining here. And like I said, I appreciate all of your support. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. But like I said, yeah, we'll be back here. I'll be back here later on tonight for coverage. So make sure you set your alarm for midnight. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be quite a long night for us. But if you guys want to follow along with the tropics, like I said, we will be live tonight to be giving you guys updates on it. Okay. But if there's anything else, is there any other thing you guys want me to take a look at? We can hop back to the models for a last turn, or we can take a look at the storm surges or whatever. Any of the things you want me to look at, feel free to let me know. You're welcome, Roby. No problem. No problem at all. Let's see. No problem, Caleb. Like I said, I'm just glad to be here. Glad to help it out for y'all. Let's go and take a look here. Just because I can. Actually, I don't even think NAM goes out that area. Yeah, NAM is a very, really weird model whenever it comes to tropical activity. By the way, a little bit of a fun fact before we roll off here. Never trust the NAM model for the tropics. For example, during every hurricane that has ever threatened the United States coast, it always seems to drop the pressure in the 800 millibar range, which, if you don't know, that's like catastrophic conditions according to the NAM 3K. But like I said, just know that that's not a good model to look at. Yeah, so if you ever see NAM, somebody looking at NAM for tropics, it's never good. Let's see here. But anyways, yeah, we're going to take one quick more look here at Alberto with the latest and greatest HWRF model. We're going to zoom in a little bit here. This will be the last thing we do, y'all, unless y'all want me to take a look at something else. So when it comes to the system, like I said, we're expecting that landfall to be right around, well, this model shows around 5 a.m. here as that point of landfall. Estimated pressure to be right around lower 990s, maybe upper 980s, according to this model. Once again, sustained winds, guys, are expected to be upon landfall. We are expecting those sustained winds to be right there around 45 miles an hour. Like I said, 45 miles an hour with those gusts getting up to right around 60 miles an hour overall. Okay, so 60 mile per hour wind gusts with sustained winds of 45 is expected upon landfall here. Now, other models like the HMON, this one shows landfall actually a little bit earlier, right there, kind of right around 1 a.m. or so. Like I said, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live here at midnight Eastern time. So depending on whenever landfall is, we'll be live to cover it, even at the earliest. I'm going to try my hardest to stream a very long time later today. So we'll definitely plan to have a long night. We'll see how that goes. Definitely we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, my sleep schedule, I'm finally back on track, and of course, whenever it comes to the tropics, it's like Mother Nature doesn't care about sleep. It really doesn't. I mean, it'll do anything crazy at any time of the day or night. So, but alrighty, you guys. Well, once again, going last call for any final questions. If y'all have any final questions y'all want to ask before we roll off here, go ahead and throw it in the chat. And like I said, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. It'll be much appreciated. It's free. It's just a hit of a button. You guys can do that. It would be much appreciated. And like I said, it'll definitely help keep everything going. It'll help with everything and all that stuff. It'll help our channel and help us potentially reach more people. That would be much appreciated. And also, most important thing you guys can do is actually share. If y'all share this channel, tell your friends, family to subscribe, then, like I said, that would be much appreciated. But alrighty, you guys. Well, once again, thank y'all for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, we'll catch y'all later tonight for the first landfall of a tropical system of the 2024 hurricane season here in the Atlantic. So we'll definitely be here to cover that overall. Tabletop, nope, man. Like I said, I'm not expecting much out of that storm. Models have basically disintegrated that storm system. At most, it'll just bring a little bit of sprinkles of rain. But like I said, it's not really a concern. I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm really not worried about it. That one system rolling to Florida. We do got ourselves, a discussion from the Hurricane Center out there, as you guys can actually see. We do have this disturbance one there, 20/20 chance. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm honestly still surprised it's that high of probability for what it is. I mean, because you saw when we looked at models earlier, there's no support, hardly any support for that system. And disturbance too out there, the one in the southern Gulf. This one I'm more concerned about. It has a little higher probability of development, but I'm really kind of concerned about this because, first of all, Alberto's bringing a lot of rain for those areas over here in Texas and Mexico. And Disturbance 2, which is another system to shortly follow after. This right here, I think, is going to, essentially cause, maybe some more rain, leading to more and more flooding potential in those regions there. So, like I said, that region here of the world, southern Texas and like Mexico, definitely is going to be pretty active. But all right, guys. Well, once again, everybody, thanks for joining. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Leave a like. It'll be greatly appreciated, my friends. Thank you, guys. I deeply appreciate your support. If you guys could share this too, maybe spread that word. Spread it to your friends, family, anybody you can to help get that word out there. That would be much appreciated. But alrighty, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for now. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch y'all later tonight around midnight for some live coverage on the tropics. Alrighty, my friends. Well, thank you all for joining. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you later on. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.